I believe there is a problem that is either not well understood or it's not being properly addressed. People seem to be afraid to admit that the difference between the possible states of mind a human being can be in have become fantasmagorical. At the moment, it's possible to, on the one hand, have people who are so smart and cooperative as to design machines like the Large Hadron Collider that defy credulity in their complexity, while at the same time there being people so out of touch with reality as to fight seemingly endless wars over a corner of a sandbox supposedly promised to them by the creator of the universe. And they know this because it says so in a book. Now, we are bearing witness to the struggles of a still largely tribal primate species ascent into a global civilization, all the while being held hostage by their experience of emotion and their lack of understanding of it. We live in a world where virtually every single human being lets their emotions influence their thoughts and actions in some way and believes this to be a rather normal practice, just another part of being human. And virtually all of these people believe that they have, at the very least, a very good practical understanding of what emotions are and how they should be used. If you think you understand emotions, then you are lying to yourself. Society at large is engaging in the practice of perpetuating manifestly false information to our children regarding emotions, and nobody is doing anything about it. Many people value their emotional life intensely and pay exquisite attention to it, using it to guide themselves through life's important decisions, asking themselves how they feel at every twist and turn. I'm arguing that this is the equivalent of guiding yourself through a maze using echolocation. What your emotions are a set of behavioral influences meant for survival in a world long since past. Our emotions evolved on the savannah when we still lived nomadically in small tribes. Ask yourself, why is it you care more for what happens to your dog than what happens to a baby with AIDS on TV? Your emotions evolved so you would care for the people in your tribe, form strong bonds, and to have a natural aversion for those who are not, to keep you away from scary heights and tigers, and keep you returning to delicious fruits and nuts. But this isn't the world we are living in. The world we live in now is vastly different. A lot of the triggers for our emotional responses have fused with other triggers or have transformed. The selective pressures that kept our emotions in working condition for the savannah have long since disappeared. And just like the appendix, there is nothing left of them but mutated remnants, liable to infect and inflame at any moment. However important or meaningful you think your emotions are, they are actually the opposite of that. In no way are emotions a good tool to be trusted with making sense of the world. Have you ever felt sad for no reason, or have felt far more anger than you knew was appropriate? Why do you think this is? Why are your emotions so bad at accurately tracking reality and its changes? Well, this is it, because no selective pressures keep them in balance. This can easily account for all the extravagant mental illnesses and emotional defects we see out in the world. This can account for wars and genocides and religions and everything. Think about it. Consider the fact that every time you take or have taken your emotions seriously, you've just been engaging in nonsense. In no way do your emotions track reality. What is to say what tools you were even using to determine just how much anger is appropriate in any given situation? And has the experience of anger led to anything useful or productive? Something you couldn't have possibly understood by simply reasoning. And what's more is that not only do we already experience these rather useless, nonsensical emotions in excess, we tell ourselves that this is a good thing, that this is to be valued, that this is what makes us human. If we as a society do not realize that our emotions are going through the same process of degeneration that our wisdom teeth and our appendix are going through. We might lose more chips than we have to spare.